can never think God's blessing upon Abraham. And you know that blessing? We are the beneficiaries of that blessing. I see it sitting around here today. God had already planned it, that what He blessed Abraham, we will be the beneficiaries of blessing. But you know, there's things that God wanted to do when He said, I will bless you and I'll do all these things to you. There are conditions that He put on Abraham before He even said you'll bless him. And you'll find that in the first verse. This is what He says. Now the Lord has said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house, unto a land I will give thee. That's amazing. You know, Abraham had to separate himself. He had to set himself apart, because that's what God asked him to do. And I know it's hard. I know when I first come to know who Jesus really is, and you know, the people that I associated with, people I've known for quite a long time. And that was the first thing God had particularly told Abraham to do. God promised him divine favor. He promised him prosperity, and he shall be a blessing to all the earth, the families of the earth. And I want to do a sort of a comparison analysis of the blessing that Abraham had as opposed to his nephew Lot. When Abraham was separated from his family and he left the area he went up to the land of Canaan, and he came to this place. And by the way, he took his nephew Lot with him and his family. And God said to him, separate yourself and I'll go to this place in the land of Canaan, and there I will bless you. So here we got Abraham and his nephew Lot and his family, Lot's family. And then Abraham goes to this place, they're there, and then Abraham says to Lot, well listen, the land is here is not enough for both of us. I'll give you the first choice, which land you take. And if you go left, I'll go right. If you go right, I'll go left. So his nephew Lot looked at the land. The plains of Jordan. It looks beautiful. He looked at the bright cities. And all the things that comes with that bright. There was the difference. He looked at those bright lights on the bright cities. I want to look at that scripture, what he did. And Abraham dwelled in the land of Canaan. Lot dwelled in the cities of the plains and pitched his tents towards Sodom. Whoa, that's trouble. He pitched his tents towards that place, Sodom. That was the difference between Abraham and his nephew Lot. It's interesting to see in the news this week that the Australians are coming over here, and they called it in the news that it was a economic benefit for us because the Australians coming over here to get married, a same-sex marriage. You guys see that on TV? See? Things haven't changed. From that day to this day, it's still the same. Human nature is still the same. The sin is still happening today. And all because Lot he chose to be where he was, as opposed to Abraham, who separated himself from that life. As a result of that, Lot was forever having problems. He was forever having these problems. But Abraham, being who he is, many times he had to go to help his nephew out. When he was captured by these people, who went to his rescue? Abraham. He went and rescued his nephew, bring him back to safety again. And when he did that, he conquered quite a few kings. But the interesting part about it, while he was doing that, he got all the spoils and encountered the high priest. Is it Malachi? The high priest? High priest, yeah. And these are some of the things I'm trying to bring into you about the attributes, the difference between Lot and Abraham. He encountered the high priest. And he gave the high priest 10% of what he had. My real issue pointing to time back is why God blesses Abraham. He was blessed beyond measure. I'm just touching on some of the attributes of Abraham. Another attribute of Abraham is this. He would come into a place and he'd offer up an offering. That was besides giving 10% of his tithes to the high priest. He offered up this offering. You know, that's some of the attributes why this man was blessed. He not only tithed, he gave his offerings. In those days, you know, there was everywhere he went to, when he had something kind of Lord, he built an offer and offered up offerings to God. No wonder the man's blessed. One thing I like about our church is we actually have one homegrown missionaries out there now. That's our offering. And you know, I'm going to give you a few attributes of this. There'll be another person I'm going to bring on later. That's going to be Job. And another thing about Abraham, if we start reading about it, he had a lot of visitation. God had visited him quite a bit. He had angels. He spoke of, there's a whole lot of things that encounters he had with God. At one particular time, and this is the part, I love this scripture, and I'll read it out. Where is it?